I like it. Take the control away from the control freak. That's a great bit of mind games, you know? And listen, maybe Dillian White will turn up on the night. Maybe he won't. We'll have to see.
Welcome back. It's the Dazn Boxing Show. I go with the name of Ak.
And I'm Barack, the Boxing Bully.
So lovely of you to join us. We have a rising star on the show today. He'll be joining us, Chris Colbert, also known as Prime Time, ahead of his big fight. But I want to get into another young king who's making his return to the ring, Ryan Garcia, on the opening bell. One of boxing's most popular stars has opened up on switching trainers ahead of his comeback fight. Ryan Garcia tells our guy Elie Seckbach over at ES News that while there was never any bad blood between him and Eddie Reynoso, he ultimately decided to work with Joe Goossen ahead of his reported comeback in April versus Emmanuel Tagoe because Eddie didn't have time to work 100%. He's a very busy trainer, and I understand. Now, Barack, going into when this rumor started, my first thought was, okay, Eddie has a lot of guys, world champions, and guess what? He has the face of boxing whom he's been training since he was a kid and is the priority. So it's tough to have two stars, and Ryan is a young star. So do you think the move is a right move, Barack? Do you think Ryan made the right move considering all the circumstances?
That's yet to be seen, because sometimes you can maybe miss out on a little bit more personal time, but get a better outcome because of the atmosphere per se, or maybe this is exactly what he needs, and we'll never know until we see the performance the night of, against Tagoe. So I like Joe. I think he's a very well-respected trainer. He's a very brilliant, cerebral guy. I mean, come on, he trained Michael Nunn, Diego Corrales. He even trained Sugar Shane for that second Winky Wright fight. So he had a lot of guys. He's a great trainer. He's somebody who likes to explain why you're doing something, and I think that's very good for fighters as well. But we really don't know how he's going to react from this. On the outside looking in, it looks good. It looks good. You got somebody who can focus on you. And it's funny because you said, yes, one of the most popular boxing stars, but he's in the camp with the most popular star. And it's called the Canelo team. So you're going to play second fiddle to Canelo anyway. So if you need more time, in reality, yes, that's best for whatever the fighter needs and whatever the fighter wants.
I mean, yeah, that sounds good, Barack, but let me give you the flip side to that. Joe Goossen is a broadcaster now. Even like fighters, you need reps in that boxing gym. I'm not sure of Joe lately training a lot of active fighters, so he might have to shake the rust off as well. Now, granted, when you're a good boxing mind, when you're a great boxing mind, I mean, it's like riding a bike. I don't think they're going to have issues in camp, but he's not active. Do you think that might play a part, that Joe hasn't been actively training world champions and active fighters that are winning?
No, he's not throwing a punch. He's just talking.
He's a
broadcaster. He talks during the broadcast, so he's doing this every day. He's in the gym every day. He works in the gym. He trains other guys. Just because you're not training a star doesn't mean you're not training somebody worthy to be trained. And I think, when you talk to the guy, you hear the guy talk on the broadcast. Brilliant.
Great boxing mind.
Exactly.
Brilliant guy, no doubt about it. And also, look, let's not ignore the fact that there is a bit of a language barrier as well, because Ryan Garcia does not speak Spanish. Now, I'm not saying, obviously, that hasn't been an issue. Ryan has been winning with Eddie Reynoso consistently, scoring knockouts and so on and so forth. And yes, that championship pedigree rubs off. But to your point, it remains to be seen if this was a great move. I'm excited about it. I would love to see if Ryan even maybe goes into this fight not doing some mistakes that he still has been making in the ring, but sometimes pulling straight back. I like to see if Joe is going to work on that stuff. Look, I'm excited to see, nevertheless, I'm excited to see Ryan in the ring in April, regardless of who's training him. He is one of the premier stars in the sport of boxing. And if he's fighting, boxing is better.
And think about this. You remember when our friend Peter Quillen, when he went out there to LA to train with Freddie Roach, he didn't get the time he needed. Then he started training with Mike on the side. It's like he had to go to he went to Hunter, he went to Sosa back in New York. You know, when a boxer feels he needs the time, then that's what he has to do. He has to make a switch whether he's going to a better trainer or not. And in this case, he happens to be going to a veteran, great trainer.
Listen, if you want more on that story, go to Dazn News. They got you completely covered. Here's a young fighter that has been with his trainer his entire career, primetime himself, Chris Coleman.
What's up, brother?
Yo, what's the word, guys?
Listen, this is for the strap. This is not an interim. This is not.
Nah, it's no strap no more.
No?
See?
What happened?
Yeah, COVID happened. Yo, Chris, do you think it's real? Because sometimes opponents say, you know what, they fronting over there.
Listen, it is what it is. I can't say if I think it's real or not, because it can be real, and he probably could be better than it bad. So I can't really be that type of guy and be a disrespectful type of guy.
Oh, you can't be disrespectful, huh? Oh my God.
He know what time it was, what time it is, and he knew how I'm coming. But it's okay. We're gonna fight this fight just to stay active, and then we back in the ring. Hopefully with May against him, because he can't run, he can't hide. I'm number one. I'm mandatory. So this fight gotta happen this year.
All right. So what do you know about Garcia?
I don't know nothing about neither one of them. I've never seen Garcia fight. I've never seen the other kid fight.
I mean, you watch some tape. Come on, stop fronting.
I don't. How many times I tell you this? I don't watch tape. If I'm watching boxing and a fighter come on, I might have seen him fight, but I never seen Mr. Garcia fight. I never was this guy who go and watching tape, because you can't fight me the way you fought your last opponent.
That's a good point, but what about Sosa? He has to devise a game plan. Does he watch tape?
I make the game plan most of the time.
What?
So
because look, I go into the ring with the mindset of we got 12 rounds. It take me 2 to adapt, maybe. Sometimes it don't even take me that. It take me 1. Once I start getting this jab popping, if it's landing from round 1, it's gonna be a bad night. If I'm throwing the jab and I'm landing, say if I throw 20 jabs in the first round and I land 19 of them or 15 of them, even if I land 15 of them, that's a big percentage. And that I know from there, he ain't got no shot.
All right, so you don't need Sosa. You just need a water boy to bring you water, change your mouthpiece out.
I mean, me and Sosa, we used to find lefties, righties. It don't really even matter to me. You supposed to already notice. Like, God blessed me to be able to fight both ways and use both hands. So it don't really bother me if I fight a lefty or righty. 9 times out of 10, they're going to fight the same. They're going to fight similar in some way.
All right, so wait a minute. You found out that now you went from fighting an orthodox to a southpaw, so you don't switch up your sparring or anything like that?
I did switch up the sparring for 1 week. I don't know how he fights, so I just got lefty for work. So I came back to New York. I was training in Miami, and then when they said that, I was training out there with all righties, and then I just said, all right, I'm gonna go back to New York for the last week because I got 3 lefties in my gym. Came back and got the lefty work.
I've seen pictures of you in Miami. I mean, how do you stay focused and not get distracted in a city like Miami?
Miami's only distraction when you looking for distraction. Miami's not fun the way people think it is. Like, I live in Brickell. I go in my house, come out my house, go in my house, come out my house. It's no distraction. Only thing it is, on my strip is a whole lot of restaurants. That's about it. So I'll be tempting to eat.
So you be overweight.
But other than that, it's no distraction to me. I don't go to the club. You got to look for the clubs out there. I don't be looking for the clubs. I just go in my house, train, run, go in my house. The same every day.
Okay. So when you found out Gutierrez tested positive for COVID and you guys weren't going to fight, I know. But did you think, at least for a second, did you say to yourself, hey, maybe this should still be a full title fight, and then I fight Gutierrez because he has the regular belt?
No, I thought they gave him the WBA Super.
Oh, so they upgraded him from the regular to the Super. Okay.
Yes, because he was the regular. But I mean, I just knew it was over. Like, I already knew it was over. But I just was like, just give me the fight. Give me a fight.
Does that mess up your money?
I mean, a little bit, but I, like, at the end of the day, when you in boxing, when a person gets sick or COVID or something, they don't have to give me a fight. Out him and by him giving me this fight, it's just blessing me because he know that I've been working so hard and he likes me. I've been dominating the rankings for a while. Like me and Al got a great relationship. Me, Al, Brad Owens, like they made sure I got this fight. Got a fight happen.
Have you, speaking of Al and his team, have you discussed trying to make a fight with a Shakur Stevenson down the line, or the winner of Shakur and Valdez? Like, are you vocal about that?
I definitely told him I want to unify 130 before I move up. Right. Is it possible? It's possible, but we got to come to terms with both promoters or managers or whatever you want to call it, and see how that's gonna work out. But you know what it is, how this boxing game goes. It's a bunch of politics, and he say, she say, he say yeah, he say he didn't say yeah. I went there to sign the contract when no contracts don't be sent. Just be a lot of talking. I don't like to do. I like to talk when the fight is signed.
Gotcha.
I don't come on. Yeah, you never see me really come on media and be talking about people just to talk about them unless I gotta fight them.
Right. So who do you think wins that fight between Oscar and Shakur?
Shakur. Oscar Valdez is booty.
Let me get your opinion.
He got the kick. Shakur's a tremendous fighter, like I said.
Yeah.
Always said this, but he got the cake work side. I ain't gonna lie, this wasn't Robert Gutierrez wasn't a hard fight either, but still, like for a unification bout, that's a cakewalk.
Yeah, I mean, let me get your opinion on the lightweight division. Even though you're a junior lightweight, since Kambosos beat Teofimo, it seems like it's been hard for him to secure another fight. I don't know if it's just his team wanting the biggest.
Both parts.
No, because when a guy wins like that, he's gonna have a lot of people in his ear saying you need this amount of money, X amount of dollars. So it seemed like he was gonna make a fight with Devin Easley. Now we don't know who he's gonna fight.
Why would you fight a Devin Haney if you go fight somebody else that can bring you more money?
Because Devin has the other strap, the WBC strap, to really make him undisputed. He's not officially undisputed.
Personally, Devin is my boy. I personally like Devin.
Gotcha.
Like me and him, cool. We just spoke last night, actually.
No doubt.
And yesterday, and me, if I was what's his name? Kambosos. I would have stayed away from Devin Haney. Not because I don't think I could beat him. Let me enjoy my belts.
That's why then.
yeah, but he's also talking about fighting Lomachenko.
He just came out of a tough fight.
Yeah, but he's trying to get in another one because they're talking to him Lomachenko.
Yeah, he came out of one tough fight that he was training for a whole year for. Crazy.
Yeah, true.
So I would have took it as low as I can. Like I would have took one of my ranking sanctioning bodies,
mandatory. Well, you got to give. Yes. I guess you got to give him credit then for wanting to unify right away.
I give him credit, but my personal opinion, he's going to lose to Lomachenko.
And would he lose to Devin Haney as well if they fought?
Yeah, I think so. It would be a good fight though, but I think he'll lose. I think Lomachenko will beat him worse because Lomachenko got them angles, boy.
What about Ryan Garcia against the Kambosos? That's a fight that people have been talking about as well.
I don't know. That's my brother. Ryan Garcia is my brother, so you can't really ask me. But I won't be biased. But it's a good. Okay. That's a good fight. Kambosos is nice. He's nice though. That whole lightweight division got a bunch of nice people. Like,
what about you when you move up fight and you and Kambosos? How does that fight play out?
I'm not.
I know you're not a lightweight, but you ain't gonna stay at junior lightweight forever.
Yeah, but I'm not going up no time soon, though. I'm comfortable right now.
Okay,
right,
cool.
I'm just trying to get you to talk smack, that's all.
I don't talk smack unless it's gonna happen.
No, you don't talk smack unless it's Sunday through Saturday, one of those days. That's it.
Listen, it gotta be a fight right there, or it gotta be about me telling me about another big fighter that's not even in my weight class. Like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't talk smack. I tell you my personal opinions. People call it smack. They don't like it. Oh well.
No doubt. All right, so let's talk about somebody on your undercard. I think he's special. Is Gary Antoine Russell. He fights Victor Postol. What do you think about Russell?
I think Gary Russell gonna starch him. I think he's gonna beat him. Can't say I don't think he's gonna starch him, but I think he's gonna beat him. Gary Russell, he's talented, super talented. I still owe Gary Russell Jr. like $200 because I betted against Richardson Hitchens and him in the Olympics.
Oh, you thought Richardson was gonna beat him?
Yeah, cause that's just me. I'm a ride with my man. When you mess with me, I'm ride with my dogs.
100%.
That's just me. And I betted him a couple of thousand.
I thought you said a couple of hundred. Which one is it? You just said
No,
a couple.
I owe him.
Oh.
He didn't finish paying him off.
He's paying him off.
$200 a week.
Yeah, because when that bet happened, I was still in the beginning of my career, so I was like, I'm about to give you this bread all at one time. Crazy. Like, man, you gonna get peaceful. You see me when you see me.
Speaking of Gary Russell Jr., would you like to mix it up with him if he moves up to 130?
He said, well, now I gotta wait because he said he's not fighting nobody until they get a belt. I was supposed to be getting a belt this fight. Yeah. I was going to tussle with him after this. I don't think Gary Russell really want to tussle with me. I'm dangerous.
All right. So, look, obviously people were expecting you to get past Garcia, and I know you want to make that fight happen for the strap. How many months do you need off before you can get back in the ring?
Oh, I don't need no months off. I just take a week break and I'll be back if they want me to. They want to get me right back in there. I don't need months off. I get right back to it. It won't hurt me none.
Well, Garcia just fought 2 months ago, so he's ready for you. And you haven't watched any tape at all.
I hope he is ready. I pray. He better be, because he gonna have to take this being for what the other dude did. Backed up. He should have came into the fight with COVID. I would have still beat him.
All right. Well, we'll be tuned in, man. Good luck as always, and
know that.
Soon, champ.
As we wait for official news on Canelo's next opponents, one of the potential foes, Gennady Golovkin, has not been shy at all talking about the potential trilogy. Triple G tells the Walking the Floor podcast that he won the first 2 fights and that some people are comfortable being delusional when it comes to people who think Canelo won one or both of their previous encounters. Both? All right, fine. The first one, so many people say that they believe Triple G won. Very, very close fight. I can see that. The second one, I'm not gonna lie, it was close. It was close. I think Triple G's jab was really, really good, but it's about how judges score fights. What do you think?
Yeah, well, first off, look, I like Triple G. I mean, he's an exciting fighter to watch. He's always ready to fight, and he makes every fight entertaining. I think the first fight, I agree with you, it was very close. Obviously, they called it a draw. The second fight, in my opinion, I watched it several times, Barack, and in my opinion, it wasn't. If you're basing it on power punching, ring generalship.
That's why I said some judges if you land
but you can't. In my opinion, you cannot win a fight with a jab if your opponent is landing power shots. Now, if
it depends on how many. See, that's the thing. There's no scale. There's no scale to say, okay, one power punch equals this many jabs.
No, but it wasn't like that. I thought that Canelo was very active in that fight, more active than he was in the first time, meaning in the pocket, landing body shots, because a lot of times, people, the average person watching a fight doesn't consider all of the body shots that are landed. Canelo hurt Triple G in that fight to the body several times, and he was in the pocket catching.
I think he landed 46 body shots, and Triple G only landed like 6 or less. So yes, those have to count too, and it depends on the judge, because people score headshots more than body shots.
No doubt, but even if you say that, even if the average person says that fight was close, granted, I'm not going to argue it down. It can be 8-4, 7-5, but to say that people that felt Canelo won is delusional, that's a stretch, because the fight, it was a close fight. So even if you felt you got the edge, nobody's delusional here. Now, look, hopefully he gets the third shot to settle the score, to prove to the people that, he can officially, win the fight without any doubts. He's going to get that opportunity, hopefully. But I think that the fact that there are a lot of people that felt he won the first fight, and there's some people that he felt that he won the second fight, is what's making this fight so interesting still after all these years, even though Triple G is 40 years old and people think he's past his prime. Almost 40. This is still the biggest fight in this country.
This is what I don't like. I don't like those specific people. I'm not calling nobody delusional, because it was a close fight. I don't like those specific people who say, hey, Canelo lost the first fight because he was backing up the whole fight. Triple G forced the action and stuff. Forced the action means nothing to me. You have to land shots no matter what. You know what I mean? So, but there was a close fight, and if you say Triple G won, fine. you know. But they were saying that before the second fight. Then the second fight is Triple G that's on the back foot, and now you're still like, oh, you forgot that was your reason why Triple G won, you know. So if you have a more educated reason why Triple G won, I can understand that. But just saying that somebody's backing somebody up and that's why you win, that doesn't. Then that means Floyd lost a whole bunch of fights going backwards.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, look, Canelo was super aggressive in that second fight. As I said, it's still a fight that, regardless of who you feel won that fight, everybody wants to see it again, which is why the fight is still being discussed, which is why the fights were presented by Matchroom to Canelo Alvarez, because as promoters, as a network, and us even covering the sport, we know that people still want to see that fight. So I hope indeed, if Canelo gets past Bivol, that we see that come September 2022. Okay, Barack. Looks like the man Dillian Whyte finally got the fight that he's been yearning for so long. He has a shot at becoming world champion against the Gypsy King himself, Tyson Fury. It's official tissue, like a ref with a whistle, down to the bone gristle. That means it's going to happen. How excited are you about this fight?
I was excited till I heard that bone gristle nonsense you just did. Come on, did we think anything else was going to happen? Was he going to pass up almost $8 million to fight for the championship he'd been wanting to fight all his life? He was the mandatory for 9,000 days. Nah, we knew this was going to happen, but how excited I am? I'm very excited because both of these guys are going to bring it. We got the new Fury. Just think about it. It was just a few years ago, nobody ever wanted to see Fury fight. When he won the lineal championship against Klitschko, it was a horrible fight. I never watched it twice. All of a sudden, because of that first fight with Deontay Wilder, he became somebody we want to see. I like that. 270-something pounds in the second fight with Wilder. He's going to be going forward. Now when he says, I'm going to knock somebody's spark out, we kind of believe him a little bit, you know? And Dillian Whyte, that's all he comes into the fight to do. So this is going to be a great fight.
No doubt. Well, you know, Dillian Whyte's promoter has something to say about this fight finally being signed. Take a listen.
Finally, that contract's been signed and the fight's on. And I love the game Dillian Whyte's been playing. I think it's so good to just not let Fury have control of the situation. You know, where are you? Where are you, Dillian Whyte? You ain't got to say nothing. And you know what? People say about, oh, Dillian Whyte's not promoting this fight. He hasn't got to do anything. It's a purse bid, right? You want days with Dillian Whyte in camp. You want him to fly here, fly there, do this, do that. No. He'll prepare for the fight. It's a purse bid. Send the purse bid contract. It will be signed. That's what we've always said. There's no doubt about Dillian Whyte taking this fight or wanting this fight. Of course not. He wants to fight for a world title, and this is the fight that he wants and the fight he believes he can win. So, I like it. Take the control away from the control freak. That's a great bit of mind games, you know? And listen, maybe Dillian Whyte will turn up on the night. Maybe he won't. We'll have to see.
All right, this is a rare Dillian Whyte, Barack. We're not used to seeing him this quiet. Is it going to serve him well in this showdown?
Silence is golden, you know, and the Bible says even a fool is counted wise when he holds his tongue, you know. So this is brilliant on Dillian Whyte's behalf, you know, because you don't know what he's thinking. You don't know what he's doing. He waited to the wire, like literally 11:59 p.m. and then signed his initials. And that's how you win the psychological warfare.
No doubt. Well, can't wait till the fight actually happens and there's a date. Looking forward to it. And that's our show for today. Hope you guys enjoy. Peace and love. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow.